Hi everyone. Since very long time, I was just thinking how to really share the knowledge which I have gained in last 26 years. The team was also asking about it. We thought of putting blog. We have thought of writing some kind of article, and then we decided why not we start a series of videos which can speak about certain topics which are very relevant nowadays when the world has become very competitive. So today we are going to cover one of the part of the book called Good to Great, one of the book which I really cherish, one of the book which I always refer, one of the book which I always read again and again. One of the concept which they have given how a good organization differentiate itself from the great organization. In fact, they have given a full hierarchy or of different kind of organization which are there in the market. So in that matrix, they have given x-axis and the y. One side is ethic of entrepreneurship, which ethics of entrepreneurship is an organization which give a lot of people a liberty to take decision. The delegation is well in place, and delegation never go without empowerment, so that is also in place. On the other side is the discipline, is what we call the culture of discipline, which in organization we say is the SOP should be in place, the formal template has to be in place, the various procedures has to be there. So one side is ethic of entrepreneurship, which only speak about giving a lot of empowerment to your team members, delegation of various critical items or critical topics to them or critical assignments to them, and the other side is the discipline. If we see in an organization, if the culture of ethics is low, which means there is no delegation, no empowerment, all the decisions are taken by the management, and the culture of discipline is also low, which means even the discipline is not in place. These are the organization, we call it bureaucratic organization, where there is no discipline. You go to bureaucracy or any government organization, you will find a lot of people are not in place, not in seat. They spend more time in the canteens. Ethics of entrepreneurship is for the smaller issues. You need to bring 10 signature or 12 signature. I think these are the organization, we call it bureaucratic, and may not survive for long if they are in the private setup or in the environment which is very competitive. On the other side, if ethic of entrepreneurship is very high, which means delegation is there, everybody is allowed to take decision. In fact, most of the team members are equally been equipped professionally and intellectually to take decision. At the same time, the culture of discipline is low. Maybe the organization is new. We call them the startup organization. They are the new organization. They are striving towards the growth. They are looking for exponential growth. The SOPs are not in place. The formal template and environment is not in place. So it's most of the things what is happening is every team member of that organization is taking decision. This is called startup organization. It's required when you are initially there, but that is your starting point for the journey. On the other side, where the ethics of entrepreneurship is low and the culture of discipline is pretty high, which is just opposite of bureaucratic organization, which means culture of discipline is so high that for everything you have to go for the approval of the topmost leader in the organization. It can be MD, it can be CEO, whether it's a 2 rupees approval or whether it's a 2 crore approval, every file has to move to them. Even when you are talking about to the customer and there is any discussion on the discount is happening, the empowerment is not with the leaders who are there in the market, whether it's a director sales and marketing or national sales manager. They are not allowed to take the decision because every decision is taken by the top leaders. We call them hierarchical organization. Maybe work of culture of discipline is required, but not to that high that where you have not delegated the task with the empowerment. We need to delegate the task with the empowerment, because people who are working on the field, they know the working environment. They should be allowed to take decision. Obviously they will do mistake, but without mistake nobody become a leader in the long run. However, this book, when they speak about the great organization, they have given number of examples of various organization is where ethic of entrepreneurship is pretty high, where the delegation is happening, where empowerment is happening, where the grooming of leaders are happening. At the same time, discipline itself is there, which means they have to work within the delegation or the empowerment given, but in a template which is formal template, which are the SOPs should be in place, where the procedures are in place, where the formal environment is in place. So it's not hierarchical. People are allowed to take decision at every level of hierarchy. Level of hierarchy approval is always in place. through system and through direct. And so these are the organization which they call it a great organization, and they say it's not necessary that you reach there immediately when you start. So you can start as a startup, you can reach to a level, and after that you have to create that formal environment. At the same time, you have to delegate a lot of assignments to your leadership team. At the same time, you empower them so that they can take decision. Because they should not cross a certain the limit and the formal template, and therefore a lot of SOPs are in place. You can have in the discipline part, you can have a lot of monitoring mechanism. You can have regular meetings where you can discuss and try to find out what are the decisions being taken. You can have, if there are a number of departments which are involved, you can place a balanced scorecard in the discussion place. So you have a lot of tools to monitor the discipline part of it, but at the same time, only discipline will not work. You need to create ethic of entrepreneurship. Delegation is not abdication of responsibility. It's not only that you have tried to give them assignment. It's also really to make sure that your leaders are growing while taking that assignment, and being fully empowered, fully equipped professionally and intellectually to really take all the decision which is required to make sure that that assignment is completed within the timeline which has been given. So this matrix I like the most, where you really delegate, you really empower your team members. At the same time, you have placed the monitoring mechanism or the mechanism which is there to really help them and guide them and to motivate them so that they are back into the formal template. So discipline has to be in place. We'll speak about many more matrices in coming videos. Another one which I will speak in the next video is about Hedgehog Concept. Why many organizations are focusing only on one part of the business, though they have enough capital to really move and diversify in others. That is where the organization focus. Even the big multinationals, big giants, whether in healthcare or in any field, they are focusing on Hedgehog Concepts. So today's the entire video is about this matrix, which I took it from Good to Great book. Please read it if you have not read it, and one of the best book for any leader to really guide them how to take their organization from a basic startup level to becoming a great organization. You have to follow that journey of good to great, or from a startup to the great organization, because nowadays if you see, the brand is not sustaining for long, and therefore to sustain your organization, to make sure the organization grows, flourishes and sustain for long run, I think this journey has to be lived upon by any organization. So today's session was about this. Very soon we will catch you up with the other concept and other management concept which are there, which may help you. Thank you very much. Thank you.